So can you give me an example of how you implemented change after a new policy was implemented?
Well, I feel like my job as a frontline manager is to enforce what the higher ups say, kind of no questions asked. So like the last time that we had a new policy, it was about a change to how we retain records. And when that happened, I immediately sent that email out to everybody in my department and say, hey, you need to make this change.
Okay, so she has experience implementing a change. Not quite the way that I would want it handled, right? It was very curt, very hierarchical, just no questions asked, I do what I'm told. For some companies that might be okay. For mine, it happens to not be okay. This is another question that pertains more to the managerial and supervisory positions, and definitely takes some more thinking about and preparation than what I just heard. Let's try again. Lynette, can you give me an example where you have implemented a change, for example, with a new policy, something like that?
Yeah, so I feel like the most important aspect of especially handling change in a company, is clear communication. That's something that I always want to make sure that I do with my team, make sure that we're all on the same page. So, for example, the last time that we had a change at my current company, there was a change to our records retention policy. And so I called a meeting with my whole team. I talked about what the changes were going to be, but I also talked about why.
Great.
I explained about the new regulations in our field and the new cybersecurity risks, and we talked about what the dangers could be if our data got exposed. And once they understood the reasoning for it, they were a lot more understanding and cooperative, and they had some great ideas actually about some specific things that we could put into place to help with these new guidelines.
Excellent. She's hired. If I need a change manager, she will be it. Very well thought out, well-reflected answer about how to implement change. Not just top down, but you involve everybody. If my company culture is cooperative, then this is exactly the answer I want to hear. But it goes into something else. It also goes into that you really have to research the company you're interviewing with well, because there might be some companies that like the hierarchical style that she talked about in the first clip. Now, personally, I like the cooperative style that she told me later.